So I'm going to share part of my spring TBR. I don't always exactly follow my TBR, but I'm going to do the general idea. I have certain video ideas that I plan for this season, and I have some physical books on hand that fit those video ideas. I need to borrow some books, and I may need to buy some books to finish out the videos. But I can share with you part of what I plan to read. Okay, let's get into it. First, one video series I have is what I call my would have missed out, which for me that is the children's books and middle grade books that I would have missed out on because I'm an adult. And adults can read kids' books if they want to. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's short and sweet when you ain't got no time. Yeah. And there are some really cute stories in the kids' books, so why not have fun? So, with that said, I have the Misadventures of Benjamin Bartholomew Piff. The first book is called You Wish, and is by Jason Lethko. I have book 1 and 2, so I'm going to read those, possibly try to continue it, I don't know yet, but I'll at least read the 2 that I have. So that's my first. I plan on doing a adult horror vlog, and in that I want to talk about The House of Doors by Brian Lumley. And I don't know if I have any other adult horror books. I feel like I do, and I'd found some others that sounded interesting that I might try to get. But I do know that this will be one of them. This book actually applies to my adult horror vlog and my trope vlog, which is Magical Library. Supposedly there's a magical library in this. We'll see. When I went on tropes.com and looked up Magical Library, it listed this book. So, we'll see. It looks pretty cool. I started reading this and it feels very much like a 90s action movie, kind of like Blade, but really cool. So, I think I'm gonna like this. Then, I'm gonna do a YA horror. So I have Cheerleaders, The Evil Lives, which is a Fear Street super chiller. I feel like, no, this is just one. I had one that had multiple in it, but I can't find it. But I'm gonna do this one. Definitely gonna do this one for the YA horror. And we're good to go. I'm currently reading My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I'm gonna put that in the YA horror vlog as well. And also, pretty sure this counts, House of Furies by Madeline Rowe. Can do that as part of my horror YA. And I'm going to finish the series. Finish that series, video series. I'm going to finish the series, reread book 1, go on to book 2, and then book 3. So that's the next one. Then I'm gonna do a YA, so like a young adult / kids mystery. I have a Babysitter's Club mystery number 3. I thought I had more, but I can't find them. So I might have to try to get more. I don't know yet, but I know I will do this one. Babysitter's Club mystery, which is Mallory and the Ghost Cat by Anne M. Martin. And I have a Nancy Drew, and I have a Hardy Boys. So I'll totally read those. I do have another Nancy Drew here that is missing the cover, which I might read that one too. We'll see. Okay. I also plan on doing a fantasy vlog, which I'll do The Black Unicorn by Terry Brooks. I don't know if this is part of a series or anything. It looks like it is, a Magic Kingdom of Landover novel. I'll have to look into it to see if it's part of a series or not, but The Black Unicorn. And I want to reread The Neverending Story. I first read this in 6th grade, I think, and I was super proud of myself because it was like the longest book that I had read at that point. So, I love it. I'm going to reread it and probably listen to the audiobook at the same time. Maybe. But yes, I do want to do that. Then I want to do a sci-fi vlog. Currently, what I have on hand is No Night Without Stars by Andre Norton. And that looked interesting. I had borrowed this, and they moved before I could give it back, so yep, reading that. And then I also have a graphic novel of Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles. So I'm going to read that for the sci-fi, and then I'll try to get a few more. I want to try to do roughly 5 books for each vlog, at least. Some vlogs will have more, but that's kind of my goal with most of my reading vlogs, is to try to do about 5 books. Also, I have a idea that I call my daily reads, where I'll try to read a little bit of it each day. So we have First We Read, Then We Write. We have The Sea, Ships, and Sailors. I had started this, so I want to get back into it. And then also the Remarkable Diaries. It's cold over here. Okay. And in addition to the YA mystery one, I want to do an adult mystery. Currently what I have on hand is Killer Knots by Nancy J. Cohen. I'll try to see what else I have, or else try to do some ebooks and audiobooks. So I'll see what I have on Libby in them as well. But I know I'm going to do that one. Okay, then I want to do, for my genre vlog, I'm going to do YA Vampire, which I already listened to Vampire Academy, so I'll talk about that in there. And then I'm also going to do Marked, which is a House of Night novel by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. And possibly Cirque du Freak, The Vampire Assistant. We'll see if I actually read it and finish it. I don't know if I'm going to like it. We'll see. But that'll be part of it. And then I have The Chronicles of Vladimir Todd as well. So very YA vampire. And we'll see how we go from there. Okay. Manga-wise, the first one that I have that I plan on doing is the Ancient Maguses or Maguses? I don't know. The Ancient Magus's Bride. I'm not sure if that's the proper way of saying that. I'll find out, maybe. I don't know. But I do plan on reading this one. It sparked my interest before, so I'm kind of excited to get into this. And I'll have to go look for some other manga. With it being spring coming up, I'm going to try to look for some like spring related manga. So we'll see. I have some ideas, so we'll see. Alright. Another vlog that I want to do is it counts towards backlist and nostalgic reads. Those are two different like vlog types or video ideas, video series that I want to do, but this one kind of goes on both. So what it is basically choosing a children's book from each decade for the most part. And I think I have enough. Yeah, the only one I still need to get is I need to get one for the 1980s, and I really want to try to get Wayside School's Falling Down, because I really liked that one when I was a kid, so I want to get that one again. My backlist / nostalgic reads of children's books, one for each decade. I'm going to do, let's see if I can get a zone here. I'm going to do A Little Princess, which counts in the 1900s because it originally was put out in 1905. I'm going to do The Complete Tales of Beatrix Potter, which, you know, is like Peter Rabbit and all them. Because even though some of them were written in the 1900s, some of them were in the 19-teens, so I'm going to count this as my 19-teens read. Then we're going to have The Velveteen Rabbit, which I have 2 different copies of. And this will count as the 1920s, because originally it was the 1920s. Then I have Mad About Madeline, The Complete Tales, that'll be for the 1930s. I have Goodnight Moon, which will be for the 1940s. And The New Are New Friends, which is the new basic readers. This is from the 50s. A little children's book. I feel like my dad had mentioned the new basic readers when he was talking about his childhood, so I thought that was cool that I came across this. And then, of course, my favorite Dr. Seuss book, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, which will count as the 1960s. I'll probably do that later. Okay. And then we have Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, which will count as the 70s. Let's count for the 70s. I loved this when I was a kid, so I'm happy to be rereading that. That's why it also counts, this TBR here counts for nostalgic reads, because those are like the rereads and my childhood reads, so it's a mix of backlists that I have not read yet and nostalgic reads that I have read. Then for the 80s, I've got Vampires Don't Wear Polka Dots, which is part of the Bailey School Kids series. And then, so that was the 90s. For the 2000s, I had The Secrets of Droon and the Magic Escapes, which is book 1. I've never heard of this before, so that'll be interesting. And then for the 2000 teens, I have Mirror Magic, which is part of the Star Friends series. This is book 1 by Linda Chapman. I had seen this in Walmart and thought it was super cute, and I bought it like a couple years ago, or a year ago. So I'll be happy to read that. And then for the 2020s, I've got The Garbage Pail Kids, book 1, Welcome to Smellville by R.L. Stine. I thought that was really cool when I seen this at Walmart. I'm like, yes, I'm picking that up. Because I barely remember the Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s. Just barely, because I was born in 85. So, like, my memories of cartoons were, like, really late 80s. So I just barely remember that. I did have a Cabbage Patch doll, which these are, like, Garbage Pail Kids are basically a parody of the Cabbage Patch dolls, in a sense. Because these are, like, gross versions, basically. So I thought that was pretty cool, and since it's by R.L. Stine, I was like, wow, he's going to come out with new books. Heck yeah, I'm getting it. So I'm excited to read that. And another little TBR video idea that I just kind of threw together, since I have something to be reading Goodnight Moon, I also have Goodnight Goon, and Mad Presents Goodnight Batcave. So I'll be doing a little vlog of that as well. I may actually try to see if I can find any other Goodnight books. I know that there are some more, like there's like a Goodnight Unicorn and stuff like that, so I'll look and see what I can find. And I think that would be a cool little cute thing. So I'm excited for that as well. That is everything on my TBR that I'm going to share. There are some others that are part of each of those videos that I'm going to try to do so that each video has a good number of books. Some will be audio, some will be ebooks. Depends on what I can find. So I will update you on that. You'll see those when I do the vlogs. But that is my TBR for spring, which will be April, May, and June. I'm sure that these will end up bleeding over into my summer TBR as well, which I'm totally fine with. I don't mind. I'm just trying this whole seasonal TBR thing out, because I don't feel like I read enough to really do a monthly TBR, especially since I don't know how long it's even going to take me to read these. It might take me longer than I think, and probably, but we'll see. Anyhow, I'm going to leave you at that, and it's starting to get munchy again, so maybe I'll have some Triscuits and Easy Cheese. Kind of sounds good right now. Or peanut butter and jelly. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna leave ya. Bye.